On Panthers TV, delighted to be joined by head coach Danny Stewart. And Danny, we're going to talk about your two exciting combination of goalies that we've announced this week. Let's start with Ryan Bednard, who is an ECHL All-Star goalie, still under 30, great pedigree. Just tell me, what were the big attractions to you about him?
Well, I think first and foremost was not just his pedigree, but his consistency across the board. You look at his college numbers, his East Coast numbers, his American League numbers. Like every season, he's got numbers above 900. Under three goals against, and obviously has great size and moves well for a big guy. But I think all in all, like as I'm sure every coach in this league, you're trying to find guys that will give you a chance every night and have that consistency, and he certainly has that.
He's obviously been drafted, so he was highly thought of. He then got that NHL entry level contract, but playing in the AHL, and he's had plenty of stints up there in a very tough league to play in. How important do you think that is for his experience to bring to the Elite League?
Oh yeah, I mean massively. I mean you're stopping pucks against some of the guys that are going to be in the NHL or are knocking on the door currently, right? So yeah, we all know the level of the American League, and when he's gone up there, it's not like he's done poorly or hasn't held his own. He's done actually really well, and again, goals against under three, save percentage above nine in his American League game. So I mean, it's a no brainer for us. We're very fortunate to get him on board as part of our duo.
And the other part is Hunter Vorva, who had a very distinguished college career. And in recent years, he's putting up, and I'm just thinking back, he won that season in COVID, I think, in France, led Marseille to a championship, and then really healthy numbers in another good league in the East Coast hockey, in the ECHL, sorry, should I say. Again, what attracted you to him?
Well, we liked about Hunter was his compete, fighting for every puck, and not just kind of his journey too. He's a kid that was in D3, and we're seeing there's really good players that can come out of D3, but you still got to kind of to battle your way after that. And he was dominant at that level. Had his stint in the SPHL, was dominant there, and then he got his chance in the East Coast League, and he became in Kalamazoo, probably their most consistent guy over the last couple of years. And that's compared to contracted guys in the American League and even guys that have, a stint in the NHL. And, again, a guy, I think he was a 920 over the course of 60 plus games and, somewhere around 250 as a goals against as well. And, a different style to Ryan. More of a smaller goalie that relies on his athleticism and his compete and finds ways to stop pucks. So it's a bit of we're thrilled with the combo, and it'll be interesting to see how they both work together. Being different types of goalies as well.
I'll push you on the combo in a minute, but one more question about him. He's not played a game in the AHL, but he had those stints when he went up there on professional tryout contracts. And we discussed this when we spoke with each other. I know he's not had the game, but again, getting that experience of training with guys that are on the trajectory to the NHL, even though not game time, do you think that's something that surely would have helped his game?
Yeah, and his confidence, I think, it's very tough for goalies. You got to consider how tough it is for, out players to get to the American League. Goalies, it's even more difficult. There's only, two, three spots for every team, and there's a backlog of good goalies that are, never get that opportunity. So I said he obviously gained interest somehow to get those call up and get that tap on the shoulder. So and I can only imagine that's through how consistent he's been in the East Coast level.
And then you keep talking about the two goalies together. Do sometimes teams sign a number one, number two. I feel from the way you're talking that you expect both these goalies to be pushing each other every night.
Yeah, I think, you see it across the league, more and more teams going to it. And, it's a grind our league, and the level's getting better. The pace is higher, and the players are getting higher quality. And I think it's essential to have two guys that you can roll with that will give you an opportunity to win a hockey game every night. And we truly believe we have that with Hunter and Ryan.